Hi. Alright, ready? Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to spend some time talking about all the reasons that I love being a mom and the reasons that make motherhood awesome. I know there's a lot of things that make motherhood exhausting, and it can be really trying and frustrating at times. And I think it's really easy to focus on all of those times when it's just not the best. So I wanted to spend some time and give you the opportunity to think about all of the ways that it is great and why we chose to be mothers. Right, Amos? Are you great? Are you awesome? To start with, I thought I would take a few minutes to talk about Amos and how he's doing. Amos is now 1 in a couple of months. 1 and 2 months. And he's doing really well. He's developmentally where he should be if you go by any whatever or whatnot. He walks, he started to say a few words. He's not talking like in any sentences, just a few words here and there, which is great. He does really well with his sign language. He knows food and please and milk. So that's really helpful, is to communicate with him. But he's learned all of those words now, so now he'll actually say food and milk and please. He says things like chip and outside and door. And the other day he just said juice for the first time. I was getting him some juice to eat with his breakfast in the morning, and he pointed it and went, juice! So that was cool. Hi, bud. You gonna come sit with me? Yeah, he's doing really well, and he is just a funny little guy. He enjoys putting on a show. I already see the sarcasm developing in him, which is definitely from me. But he's just the sweetest kid. He loves to smile at people. He loves being out where people are and just smiling at them. He's smart and cute and funny, and I'm so excited for him to continue growing up and developing his little personality. You're going to be an awesome kid. He's playing with a pineapple light. It's not plugged in, it doesn't have batteries or anything, but he's just checking it out. He loves to see how things work. Like, he wants to take things apart and see the insides, and so he's a very curious kid too. Alright, let's get into the reasons of the things that makes motherhood great. Alright, reason number 1. This is a big one for me. I've kind of given these things numbers, but they're not really in any importance. It was just the order that I chose to go with. Thank you. I've been gifted a pineapple. But reason number 1 is children saying I love you, and they do this from like the moment that they can open their eyes. They're not usually necessarily saying the words, but it's like one of the biggest tips I can say about making motherhood less mundane or less tiring or exhausting is find out how your kid says I love you. When Amos was little, I don't think he was more than 3 months old, and he started to do this thing where he would sit on my lap and he would just look up at me like I was his world. I meant everything to him, and I did. And that was his way of telling me I love you. He's playing peekaboo with me. Peekaboo. Hi. Oh gosh. And it makes the world a difference. You know, you can be so frustrated. It can be the middle of the night. It can, and you're exhausted, you're tired. Hey, go under the wire, not through it. And having them sit there and just look up at you like you mean everything to them, it melts my heart, and I love it. And it made the difficult times easier to get through. Today, his way of saying I love you is to give a big hug. Can I have a hug? Have a hug? Ready? Squish! That's so great. Good job, man. So he'll come up and he'll give me a big hug. Yay! I'd say squish as he squeezes his arms around me, and that's definitely the way that he says I love you, Mom. And he'll do it if ever I'm like crouched down on the ground picking something up. He'll come up and he likes to come from behind and like squish you. Or if you ask him for a hug, he'll come over and he'll give you a hug. And it's wonderful. And it just makes my day better. What did you find? Thing number 2 is getting to watch them learn. This is something that I loved watching my little siblings do, and now that I get to watch my own son learn, oh god, it's even better. And getting to be one of the people who helps him learn is just an amazing feeling, and I love it. And this starts right off the bat. When they're born, they start to learn, and they're learning from their surroundings and the things that they see, and it just gets better and better and better. And like today, you know, I'm trying to teach Amos where his nose is, where his eyes are, and the different body parts that he has, and we're teaching him his words and all these big things. But, whoa, bud, careful. In the beginning, it was helping them learn that they have hands and they have feet. And I mean, you don't even have to do much for that. You know, you play with their hands and eventually they discover like, oh, I can move these things are attached to me and I have control over them. And their feet, and I remember when Amos discovered his toes. I'll see if I can find a picture and put it up here. Because it was just so cute. He was just sitting on the couch and looking at his feet and he wiggled his toes. And he was so excited and he started kicking his feet and he was just thrilled that he had toes. And another time that I think about when he learned something, it was just such a simple thing, but it made him so happy and so excited. He was lying on his back playing with his toys, the little toy that has like an arch over them, and he reached up and he hit one of them and he was thrilled and he did it again and he was just so excited. He had his feet going and doing a little happy dance and was thrilled. And just every time that they learn something and they realize like, I can do this and I got it right, it's just an amazing feeling. It's awesome. And children are so smart. They're crazy smart. If you think about like a year ago, Amos couldn't even sit up. And now he sits up, he walks, he talks, and that's amazing. And I'm so excited to see all of the things that he learns. I think it's really important to notice all of the little things that they learn every day. Third thing that I love about motherhood is being a source of comfort for my child. The fact that they find me comforting, that they find me safe is so rewarding. And being able to, you know, pick up your child and hug them after they might have gotten hurt or they got a little bit scared, and them being soothed just by you holding them is amazing. And it's such a privilege, especially for me who's like, as a kid I was afraid of everything, and I remember always wanting my mom or my dad, and I remember having comforting that they were, and just getting to be that for somebody else is an incredible experience, and I love it. And like, I don't ever want my child to be hurt or to be scared or to be tired and grumpy, but being able to be the one to comfort them when those times inevitably happen is awesome. Number 4 is everyday mundane tasks are so much better when you invite your kid to be part of them. And I've done this from the get-go, because I mean, in the beginning, what are you gonna get done if you don't bring the kid along? Whoa, bud, careful. Thank you. I've been gifted a train. Oh, you want it back now? Just a block. Okay. Oh, another one. That's quite a handful, dude. Here you go. Oh, gotta put back on now. Okay. All of those everyday tasks that have to get done, like brushing your teeth or brushing your hair, suddenly you have a little companion that gets to do that all with you. And I get why this can be a source of great frustration. And I definitely enjoy when I can just take a shower and take my time, and I don't have to worry about where he is or what he's doing or what he's getting into. Like, that's great, and I love being able to brush my hair and my teeth in peace. But also getting to brush my teeth and have Amos brush his own teeth and how great that he thinks brushing your teeth is, it just kind of makes you think about, like, I have the privilege to even have a toothbrush, and how cool is it that I can keep my teeth healthy and clean by brushing my teeth? And your child is just beginning to learn that, and it just makes the thing that you have to do every day a little more interesting. And it gets to the big things too, like cooking, or I mean, I love cooking, and getting to do that with Amos is awesome. Whoa. And sure, he makes a mess, but it's just awesome that I get to cook with him instead of just by myself. I love cooking with my siblings too. And again, there's that, like, sometimes I just want to cook by myself, but I also have the opportunity to share it with somebody and to teach him new cool things. Number 5 is getting to watch their personality develop. And I kind of touched on this a little bit when I was talking about Amos and all of the things that he likes, but I talk about it a little more in a bit of a different way. It's super cool to see your kid, like from the beginning, you know, the way they smile, the way they blink at you. It's just like all clues about who they're gonna be when they grow up. And I see so many things in Amos and the way that his personality is developing. But the cool thing is to get to see the people that you love in your kid, like to see the weird quirks that they might have, the little things that they do, or like, you know, just some of the faces that Amos makes. I see my husband, like, he is so alike him, and it's amazing. It's so cool and awesome, and I love that, and I can't wait as he grows up to just get to see more and more of that. And it's not just me and Curtis that I see in him, but his aunts and his uncles and his grandparents, and in just their facial features and the way he looks, but also in what he does and the things that he chooses to do. And it's adorable. I definitely, like they copy so much that you do. The other day I started clicking my tongue and I was saying, and Amos right away, he wanted to figure out how to do that, and he got it, and then he just throughout the day would click his tongue because he thought it was so cool because it was something Mom did. And so he wants to do it too. Do you have a book? And the things like reading, like Amos is gonna want to read because he saw Mom and Dad reading books, and it's so cool. Thank you. And there's all of these little things that you just get to see their personality developing and them growing up and who they're going to be. And it's so cool, and it's such a privilege to be a part of. At the same time, I don't want them to grow up too fast. Right? Don't grow up too fast. You gonna read that book? Item number 6 is kind of something that annoys me sometimes. Because I hear people say it all the time, but it is true. If you let them, your child will teach you to enjoy the little things in life. There are so many things that we take for granted, and I mean, I just mentioned a few that are so easy to take for granted when you're sleep deprived, or you're frustrated, or your kid just threw a dish off the table and they broke it. In all of those moments, it's just so hard to choose to see the little things. But whenever you can, do it, because it changes your whole day. It's going to change your week. Like, it makes a difference. And children see the joy in little things all of the time because the world is new to them. And like that moment when Amos learned to reach his hand out and play a toy, that was such a little thing for us adults who can reach out and touch anything and do so many cool things with our hands, but he couldn't, and to just do that little thing meant so much to him. He's still today, he's curious about how the toilet flushes, like those little things, or he wants to take the pots and pans out of the cupboard and put the lid on and take the lid off and see what different lids fit on different pots, because that's cool to him. And it's just all of those little things that we can so easily take for granted. take a day, choose to see them. So, as a mother, of course, there are so many hard things to do. I would say the goal of a mom is to have your pros outweigh your cons. And I'm not talking about that every day the pros have to outweigh the cons. I'm talking about the overall childhood of your kid. Have your pros outweigh your cons. Choose to see the incredible, amazing things in your child. And accept that some days that was really, really hard. And maybe you didn't do so great. And that is totally fine. Every day is going to be different. Every day is going to have its hardships and it's going to have its joys. Try as much as you're able to see the joys. I know that that's something I've been doing lately. It's something I definitely was not good at before. And just over the past month, I've chosen to see the joys in things. And it has made a difference. Like my whole mental health has just been different because I've been choosing every day at some point to look at something and see the joy in it and just seeing something that I didn't see before. So that is all for today's video. I hope that you have a great day today and that you are able to see some joys in your life or to pick out some of the awesome things that your kid has done today. Hey, you're taking up the camera. Whoop. I love how oblivious children are of their surroundings. It's just so funny. The other day we were walking and he just walked right in front of these people like they weren't even there, totally oblivious, because obviously the trail is his and he can walk anywhere. And it was just so funny. My challenge for you today would be to choose to seek the joy in just one aspect of your day. And remind yourself of why your child is so awesome. Whoa! And how he is, and what incredible thing he's done in your day. Or how he might have made your day better. And if it was just a really rough day, maybe just choose to smile once. Because sometimes that's all we're getting. And always remember that all of these moments are temporary. Someday they're going to be an adult. And it'll be great if you can look back on their childhood and the time that you spent with them. And remember all of the times that you chose to see joy. If you're interested in more content like this, please consider subscribing. And as always, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Bye. Bye. Good job.